The door weighs 300 pounds. Steel and concrete, sealed for 5 years against fire, shockwaves, and a sky that turned to poison. Behind it, the Garrity family survived. They counted days. They rationed hope. They held each other in the dark and whispered promises about after. And now, it's after. John pushes the door open, and the light hits his face, pale, cold, unfamiliar. Not the sunlight he remembers. This is something filtered through ash and memory. The world outside is not destroyed. That would almost be easier to understand. Instead, it's still, frozen mid-breath. Trees stripped bare. Roads leading nowhere anyone wants to go. No explosions now. No sirens. Just silence, the kind that asks a question. You survived. Now what? There are no bodies. That's what makes it worse. The water came slowly rising through doorways, filling living rooms, swallowing kitchens where families once argued about nothing important. Now, those windows stare back like hollow eyes, half submerged, holding secrets no one will ever retrieve. A child's bicycle rusts against a lamppost. A curtain drifts through a broken window like a ghost that forgot to leave. This is not the disaster you see in movies. No fireballs, no screaming crowds, just absence. The quiet mathematics of everything that was and isn't anymore. Every doorway was a goodbye someone never got to say. And the Garrity family moves through this graveyard of ordinary life, searching for something new while surrounded by everything everyone lost. How do you build a future when the past is still floating around you? You think the worst is over. That's when it comes. A sound like thunder, but wrong, too sharp, too close. The sky tears open, and a fragment of what destroyed civilization plunges through the atmosphere, trailing fire across a horizon you were just starting to trust again. The comet didn't finish its work. Pieces still orbit, still fall, still hunt the ground with random, patient violence. And that is the genius of this film's design. Safety is a lie you tell yourself between impacts. Watch Gerard Butler in this moment. This is not the man who outran explosions in London has fallen. This is a father shaking, pulling his son beneath a concrete slab, covering the boy's ears, whispering things he doesn't believe. We're okay. We're okay. Survival isn't a door you walk through once. It's a door that keeps opening, and every time, something different is standing on the other side. She opens the door, holding a rifle. An old woman, weathered face, eyes that have seen too much in 5 years to ever see the world simply again. She looks at the Garrity family, exhausted, starving, a child clinging to his mother's hand, and she lets them in. But she doesn't lower the gun. Not yet. This is what kindness looks like now. Not open arms and warm smiles. Not unconditional generosity. It's a calculated risk, a woman choosing mercy while keeping one finger on the trigger. Most disaster films show humanity collapsing into savagery. Greenland 2 does something braver. It shows humanity holding on, but barely. Bruised, suspicious, scarred by every betrayal that came before this moment. She gives them bread. She watches them eat. And somewhere between the rifle and the bread lies the entire question of civilization. Can we still trust strangers? She decided yes, today, just today. Tomorrow is another calculation. There it is. Through the haze, through the ash that still flavors every breath. Rising above a Paris no one would recognize, broken, flooded, stripped of every romantic postcard fantasy. The Eiffel Tower, leaning, scarred, missing entire sections where iron was torn away by shockwaves that circled the globe 5 years ago. But standing, $90 million of visual effects research, volcanic simulations, nuclear blast patterns, real physics applied to fictional devastation. And this is the image they chose to hold the screen. Not destruction, endurance. Because the tower is not a building in this moment. It is every person still breathing, every family still walking, every heart still beating despite every reason to stop. Wounded, imperfect, tilting against a sky that tried to erase it. And still refusing to fall. That is not visual effects. That is grief made iron, made visible, made permanent. The crater is massive. A wound in the earth so deep, it reshaped geography itself. This is where the comet hit. This is ground zero, the exact coordinate where civilization ended. And now, something is growing here. Green, fragile, barely visible against the scorched rock, but alive, pushing through the same soil that absorbed the impact of humanity's near extinction. The very place that destroyed everything is the only place warm enough for anything to begin again. Do you see what this film is doing? Every disaster movie asks, will we survive? Greenland 2 asks something harder. What will we become? The Garrity family stands at the crater's edge. Behind them, ash, loss, a world they'll never get back. Ahead, uncertainty, soil that might yield nothing, seeds that might not take. They step forward anyway, because hope was never something you find at the end of the road. Hope is the decision to keep walking when the road itself has disappeared. The world ended here, and here, quietly, stubbornly, improbably. It begins again.